This is Derek Newcomer with your leadership lesson for the day. I've received a question over the past few weeks from a handful of clients and also a handful of Harrisburg University students as well. Is there such a thing as a goal that's too big, a goal that's too lofty, too high, too far? I believe that's the wrong question to ask. I believe the right question to ask is, how much do you believe in yourself? How much do you believe in your potential and where you can go as you operate within your strengths? I don't believe there's a goal too big, as long as you're operating within your strengths and your passions. The Wright brothers had a huge goal. They were considered crazy at the time, trying to put themselves into a machine and fly. That was a goal, that was a passion. In their mind, that was realistic, that was attainable. In the mind of the masses, that was crazy. In Bill Gates, his dream was to what? Put a computer in every household. At that time, computers were the size of rooms, and they cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to make. That was an unrealistic goal in the mind of the masses. In his mind, it was realistic. He had a vision, he had a passion, he had a pursuit. In his mind, it was attainable. It was a belief system. So my question is, how much do you believe in what your calling is and where you want to go? So I put together 6 must-dos, I believe, must-dos that you need to go through as you establish your goals and your visions and where you want to go. First one, establish your hierarchy of priorities. Mine are faith, family, purpose, career, whatever you want to label for that third one. I have 3 overarching: faith, family, purpose, career. And they will not switch order of precedence, order of importance. That is the hierarchy of my priorities. That's what I'm going to look at when I make decisions. 2, establish your values, what you will not compromise on. Being trustworthy, being honest, being transparent, not going through with that business deal that you know might be a little shady. Following through with your word. What are your values? What is your value system that you will not compromise on? 3, develop yourself and become aware of your top 2 or 3 strengths. You have to get to know yourself. You have to develop yourself. You are not good enough now to get to where you want to go tomorrow or get to where you want to go next week or next year. Get to know your strengths. Being in your strength zone is the most powerful place to be. Why? Because those are the gifts that you're created with, and those are the gifts where you're going to thrive in. Your goals, if you're setting goals within those gifts and strengths, I believe there is no goal too high. As long as it's humanly possible, I believe there's no goal too high. You got to operate within those strengths. So figure yourself out, become aware of who you are, how you think, how you operate, what your strengths are, and stay in that zone. 4, let your heart set your goals. Don't let external factors or external people set your goals for you. Listen to where your heart is pushing you and telling you to go, and set your goals accordingly. Why? Because your heart is not going to lie to you. Your heart is not going to tell you you can't do something if that's where it's telling you to go. Listen to your heart and set your goals accordingly. 5, surround yourself with like-minded people. We've talked about this before. You have to do this. This is a must. You have to get around people who think like you are, who are motivated, who are passionate, who you can fuel yourself off of. Surround yourself with those people. 6, work. Put in the work, and as you're putting in the work, periodically reevaluate yourself using 1, 2, and 3. As you work, as you grind away, as you put the time in, sometimes our priorities can get a little mixed up. We get involved in business, we stay at the office too many hours, too long, too many days in the week, too many weeks out of the month. You need to reevaluate those priorities and where your time is going. Make sure this goal over here is not taking away from your hierarchy of priorities over here. So you need to periodically reevaluate what's going on and adjust if you have to. Make sure you're not compromising your values on the choices you're making, on the business choices you're making, on the sacrifice you're making. Are you sacrificing your health? Are you sacrificing your mental fitness for trying to achieve a goal? You have to stay primed in every area of your life if you want to maximize what you're doing. Continue to develop yourself. You can't stop. Why? Because every goal you hit, the next one is going to require a little bit more of you, a little bit more refining, a little bit more studying, a little bit more developing. So as you hit goals and as you prioritize and as you work, you need to continually reevaluate where you are in your priorities, and make sure your efforts and your time are going to that hierarchy, and you are not sacrificing who you are for something that you want. Derek Newcomer, these are your 6 must-dos. Take them down, look at your goals, evaluate your goals, set your goals, use this list, and apply this list. Derek Newcomer, go out and make it happen.